Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about transfer news. We are going to talk about 4 different players and we are first going to talk about Neymar Jr. So according to Julien Lorenz, he is a French football journalist. He stated that PSG are ready to listen to offers for Neymar. The starting price will be at 150 million euros. And so when I read this, when I read that the starting price was 150 million euros, that means absolutely nothing. Because what that means is that more teams will want to bid for Neymar. Because if he comes cheaper, more teams will come. And that is exactly what PSG want. They want a bid war. And that's basically the last tactic PSG can use in order to sell Neymar. PSG never wanted to sell Neymar. Neymar wants to leave PSG. So what PSG is going to do is say, okay, fine. If Neymar wants to go, we want to get the most value and get the most money from this player. They want to be selfish. And PSG, like the last thing that they want to do is do business with FC Barcelona. So not only do they not want to do business with Barcelona, but they also want to get the most value. So they're going to make this extremely hard for FC Barcelona. Having the base price beat at 150 million, PSG can say, oh, Man City wants Neymar for 160. Oh, Real Madrid wants Neymar for 170. Or like Bayern Munich now wants Neymar for 180. And so you see how it works, right? There's going to be a very big bid war. So this 150 million euro price tag means absolutely nothing. It's not going to stay there. The only way for Barcelona to get Neymar at this price or close to this price is for Neymar to publicly say to the world that he wants Barcelona and Barcelona only, because then no offers will be made. Man City will listen to that. Real Madrid will listen to that. Man U, whoever has that big budget, is going to listen and say, okay, fine, let's not waste our time bidding for Neymar, because Neymar did just say that he wants to go to FC Barcelona. And then that is when Barcelona can come in and Barcelona can say, okay, fine, we are the only team left that wants Neymar. Let's give PSG 160 just to secure the deal. And then that is how Barcelona will get Neymar. So we are probably going to get Neymar for like around 150 to 160 million if Neymar publicly states that he does want Barcelona only. So the key to this, just for the final conclusion, is for Neymar and Barcelona to communicate with each other, and Neymar must understand that he has to publicly state that he just wants FC Barcelona. And I would not be surprised to hear like in about 10 to 12 months that Neymar and Barcelona started to negotiate and started talking like around March 2020, similar to what Griezmann and Barcelona were doing in February 2019. But there has to be communication. Neymar and Barcelona have to understand each other. They must know the exact game plan and what to do and execute that in the summer of 2020 in order for all of this to work, and in order for Barcelona not to overpay for Neymar. Barcelona will put the hand and Neymar must put his hand also and meet halfway. Now moving on to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. According to Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are close to renewing the contract of Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Abidal has met his agent in recent days and they're moving towards a renewal agreement that will be signed this year, which is now being discussed as to whether it will be 4 to 5 more years. And so I expect an announcement in 2 to 3 months. This is nothing new that we are hearing. We know that Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is committed to FC Barcelona. And now that I'm thinking about this, right now that we're seeing that it is taking a long time to finalize this contract, I really do hope that in this new contract there is a option where Marc-Andre Ter Stegen can potentially become the captain of FC Barcelona in 2 to 3 years time. That would be an amazing option to have in that contract. Like it could say you will have the potential to be a candidate to become the captain of FC Barcelona, showing that you are very important to us. So it could say something like that. We don't know, but I really do want to see Marc-Andre Ter Stegen as the captain of FC Barcelona in the future. So let's say if this deal does go through, right? If this deal does go through, and let's say in these next 5 seasons he wins 1 more UCL, where would you rate him in the best goalkeepers of all time to play for FC Barcelona? Remember that we did have Bravo, we had Victor Valdez, and now we have Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. I know for a fact fact, in my top 3, those 3 players that I just mentioned are in my top 3. But where would you put them? Where would you put Marc-Andre Ter Stegen? Would you put him as number 2, number 3, or number 1? Just to give you guys some help and some more context, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has made more impactful saves for FC Barcelona than Victor Valdés. Valdés has more trophies, but we also have to remember that Valdés has spent 12 seasons with FC Barcelona. Knowing that Marc-Andre Ter Stegen is going to get an extra 5 seasons, and if he does win one more UCL with FC Barcelona, where do you think he will end up by the time his career is over with the club? Now moving on to Luiz Felipe. According to Deo Sport, Barcelona sent scouts to watch Lazio center back Luiz Felipe, who is 22 years old. Eric Abidal likes him a lot. Barcelona have been interested in him for several months and want to incorporate him next season to reinforce the defense. So yes, this is a Brazilian center back who is 22 years old. He is showing signs that he could potentially become one of the most elite center backs in the world. I have seen his highlighted videos, and one of his greatest strengths is the acceleration and the tackles. And there is this trend that I'm starting to see when scouting for center backs, is that Barcelona are finally realizing that the center backs that we currently have right now, none of them have pace, they don't have acceleration, they don't have speed, they don't have any of that. And now I'm starting to see that Barcelona do want to find that center back that does provide those traits. Yesterday we have heard that Barcelona is looking at Upamecano. Now we are hearing Luiz Felipe, and these two center backs that we have been talking about recently really do provide those traits, and I can see them doing very well in the club. But now knowing that Barcelona are finally seriously scouting for a center back for FC Barcelona, who do you think is going to be left out this summer? Because if we do bring a new center back to FC Barcelona, we will have way too many center backs to deal with. We're going to have Piquet, Lenglet, Umtiti, Todibo, Araujo, and then potentially Luiz Felipe. One of them is going to have to leave, and I'm telling you guys right now, I do not want to see Todibo leave or Araujo. The only center back I see leaving, if we do sign a new center back this season, would be Samuel Umtiti. But that would be for a whole other topic, a whole other separate video. But those are my first thoughts if we do sign a new center back. Because right now, at the moment, the center backs that we are currently scouting are performing extremely well, and I would welcome them into FC Barcelona. So yes, I would proceed with Felipe. He has played 19 matches with Lazio, and at the moment, Lazio is at second place right under Juventus. So right now they're having a great season, one hell of a season, and we hope to see more from this player within the coming months. Now moving on to the last topic, and this is not some transfer news. We are going to talk about how Barcelona might potentially move forward with this season. So according to multiple reports, UEFA will prioritize ending the UCL at the Euro 2020, meaning that the Euro 2020 and the Copa America are getting closer to being postponed to 2021. Postponing Euro 2020 would also allow the European leagues to end. So I am okay with the leagues and the UCL finishing in the summer of 2020. But then I took a step back, right? And I'm like, okay, if we are going to postpone the Copa America and the Euro 2020, that means that when the Copa America does arrive next season, Lionel Messi is going to be 34 years old. There is a high chance that he will not be in his prime. He won't be at the level that he used to be. He won't be in his physical shape. And Argentina has been playing better than ever since like 2014. And for the Copa America to be postponed until next summer is very unfortunate to hear, because that means that Argentina will not be able to carry that momentum, that good form into the summer of 2020. Because by the time we get into the Copa America in 2021, we never know what's going to happen to Argentina. There could be injured players, retired players. We could have a different coach, because right now at the moment Argentina is playing extremely well. I feel like if we push it back to the next summer, it's going to ruin the momentum. And again, Messi is going to be 34 years old, so who knows how he's going to play by that time. And so now I want to move on to the solution B, right, which is just suspending La Liga, all the leagues, and then continue having the Euro 2020 and Copa America 2020 this summer. And so according to Sport, they said if La Liga was permanently suspended, a champion could be based on what happened through the first 19 games, Barcelona, who had 40 points, would be champions. However, Quique Setién didn't coach Barcelona in the first round fixtures. And this is what's funny, right? When I read this, I'm like, wait a minute. If we do win the league based off the first half of the season, that basically means that Valverde won his third league title in a row. Like, think about it. Valverde left FC Barcelona being sacked, winning 3 league titles in a row. Like, even without him there, Valverde was still able to win his third league title, and he did not even participate. Well, he basically participated, but he's not in the Barcelona squad. But for Barcelona to be given the league title in 2 months time without Valverde being there is extremely funny to think about. And I don't know, if Barcelona does win their third league title in a row, I would accept it, but I would not be excited, because at the end of the day, we weren't able to finish this league title, so we never know how this would have ended. But it is just so funny to think about that a coach who won 3 league titles in 3 years got sacked. But yeah, that's it for today's Barcelona daily news. There's a lot of transfer rumors going on in the club, a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones, but we are looking for the future prospects. Barcelona is thinking for the future, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy that the club is finally taking the correct steps. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.